All right, so we have a wild turn of events here. This comes to us from Pirate Nation. They said UK Online Safety Act takes effect today. The UK, by the way, we all know it fell a long time ago. It's now official. This is levels of insanity that I could have never even fathomed lifetime, and how fast it picks up speed as it goes. Users must verify identity with a third party and scan their face to access adult content online. So I have so many issues with this, it's not even funny. Because typically, and you can quote me on this, when you peel back the layers, what always seems to be found out when this kind of stuff happens is the third party is somehow related to someone in government that makes this a law and passes it to make sure that this company makes infinite money. Who is the third party? And why are they allowed to do this over someone else? That's the first thing I think of when I see it. Same thing happened with when COVID was a big thing and they had all the COVID tests outside of all the sports arenas and the conventions and everything. I'm like, who are these people? Who is giving them the authority? Who's paying them money? Who's guaranteeing all this to all these people? There's so much money to be made when there's something forced on people. Proposed screen time limits require age verification for video games exceeding 2 hours. What? What about parenting? What about the parents? This is literally 1984. The authoritarian government is now coming into your house and telling you how to raise your own kid. Yikes. Non-compliance fines up to 18, of course, because they want money. Of course, that's always follow the dollar. Sites may be blocked. Access to prawn games, niche gaming forum, or non-state approved content will be restricted. The EU just turned into North Korea, and that's not even a leap. Holy crap. Like, this is what we've been warning about for years. The leap that just got made right here. This is insane. Like, I knew it was going to be bad when this happened, and it wasn't even an if, because we saw the road to hell that EU was going down. Now that it's actually here, it's even worse than I could have ever imagined, which is impressive. Platforms like Pornhub, Discord, Reddit, and Grindr are compliant. Ofcom investigates 4chan, which may face Cloudflare block under court order. Aims, here we go, aims, what it aims to do. Aims to prevent kids from accessing harmful, again, this goes to the whole word of hatred, harmful. What better? What do these ambiguous words mean? How does this do or accomplish or change or fix anything tangibly? How can you show a study that proves what you're doing fixes something? All I can do is show a study proving what this does is pocket money for people. That's all this does. And yeah, of course, it's about power and control too. Don't forget. Harmful social media content like prawn. First off, what? What? How? I would love to have a debate or even a conversation with someone in the EU government about how porn is more harmful than alcohol or driving or working 8+ hours a day. Like, well, what do you mean harmful? I think working 8+ hours a day, or even 8, we'll just say 8. I feel like working 8 hours a day for 5 days a week is harmful to my psyche. I feel like that should be illegal. What are we doing here? What is this? New internet rules come into force this week. Here's what will change. And it's all cut off here saying AI age estimation technology takes a picture of your face to calculate whether you pass its age check. Yeah, sure. I'll trust you, government, when I want to go watch my really weird porn. You're not going to do anything with my face. You're going to trust me with that. What could possibly go wrong? Exactly. Lord Jarrett, right when I said it. What could possibly go wrong? I totally trust them 100% with this third party. They're going to take a picture of me while I'm going to watch porn. Yeah, sure. Savvy says, I love that people are coming together, and I hope this gets enough signatures. Talking specifically about how there's a UK petition to repeal the Online Safety Act, claiming it restricts free speech and burdens. Well, you're in the EU. You don't have free speech. That's why America is America, because we left all that shit and burdens small hobby forums, causing closures. It needs 100,000 signatures for a parliamentary debate. The government defends the act's balance. So right now it's at, as the screenshot shows, 76,000. It's probably much higher than that at this point. It says repeal the Online Safety Act. We want the government to repeal the Online Safety Act. And Savvy continued, however, I worry that this will be useless. The nanny state hates you. Look what it has done. A crazy woman who retweets NCOS and believes anime is childlike and Elon's Annie is childlike prawn isn't going to unban 4chan or change the rules. It is up to the people of the UK to utilize whatever they can, mobilize and vote. Otherwise, I fear far worse things are to come, which I agree. You can take a lot of things from people. Alcohol and porn are two things you do not take from people. None of this is about protecting children. Thank you. Thank you. Like, holy, it is about surveillance. Deep state wants your picture. They want to know your history. They want to know what you're browsing. They want to sell that shit to people. They want to know everything about you. You give 16-year-olds the power to vote. You take away fiction. Oh, that's another thing, by the way, where the EU lowered the voting age to 16 years old, but then they take away what they're allowed to do. What needs to change is culture. Parking kids in front of iPads is bad. 100% agree with that, which, by the way, as a parent, just a quick aside bar to this whole thing. My wife is a nurse in oncology where she works on a cancer unit. When she's gone, she is gone 12 and a half plus hours a day, including drive time and her lunch. 12 and a half hours a day, she's gone. She works two days in a row, she's gone. 3 days a week, she has to go to bed early. It's very challenging. Then you throw into that I also need to make money as well, because it's very expensive to live on this planet, but especially in San Diego, it's extremely expensive. So we need to be busting our ass working all day, every day, just to cover the bills, And what falls by the wayside is the kids. And it's so tragic. I try so hard. You guys know that I am very intimately involved with my children's lives and their livelihoods. But I've had conversations with my wife about how it's like, I need to have more time for my kids. And the way everything's gotten so expensive, I can't afford to give more time to my kids, and it kills me. And my wife is always working, and I'm always working, and we're both always working. And because of that, we can't dedicate more time to our kids. So sometimes, unfortunately, they are on the iPad for a couple of hours a day. It happens. Sometimes, ready for this? Oh my God, because I'm about to get clipped by my haters. Sometimes my kids are on the iPads for 2.5 or 3 hours a day. Sometimes that happens. I try my best. I genuinely do. The government coming in, taking away privileges from the kids is not going to improve the situation. What they need to fucking improve is making things more affordable so that parents can afford shit so that they can spend more time with their kids. And they don't need to be working 24 hours a day on both sides of the equation to make ends meet. That's where the government needs to be focusing on, not how do we control the population and control the kids and control what people are allowed to do. This shit pisses me off to no end, if you can't tell already. All right, sidebar over. Be involved in your kid's life. But to have maximum involvement, we need a shift back to single family. Thank you. I didn't even read this yet. Yes, this is everything I was saying. Everything I'm saying. We need single family incomes. You want to run as a politician anywhere on this planet in a first world country and say, we are bringing back single family incomes. That is what I'm running on. You got my vote. I literally don't even care whatever else you stand for. You got my vote. Single family incomes. Let's do it. How do we do this? I'm on board. What do we do? Well, let's go. But instead they're like, we're so up a creek without a paddle. Shit. Let's just take away the rights of people. That's what we'll do. That'll improve things. It sounds bleak, but keep talking and be loud, which I agree. I'm being, if you can't tell, I'm being as loud as I can right now because this shit pisses me off. Be politely aggressive. I'm kind of doing that, right? Right. And only speak on facts, not anecdotes. Just told you what I'm dealing with. Reality. Provide statistics, evidence for your claims. I mean, do you want my mortgage and my bills? Because I can show people that. I'm not hiding anything from people. But I don't even need to do that because anyone that lives on this planet knows I'm not alone. You guys are dealing with the same shit that I'm dealing with. This is why it kills me. Otherwise, I suspect businesses will stop servicing the UK altogether. Too much cost. I wish there was more I could offer. Shout out to Savvy for another banger post, by the way. I absolutely agree, 100%. And again, how do we fix this? Not more regulations. I don't know where we went wrong, but products keep getting smaller. Candy bars are tiny. Candy bars cost like $1.50 now, $2, and they're like half the size. That is a candy bar is the microcosm of the socioeconomic conditions that we're dealing with right now. Look at the price of a candy bar, okay? And just go from there. Candy bars used to be 50 cents. Now they're like $2. And when I was younger, I remember my dad was saying, oh, when I was a kid, they used to be 5 cents. I'm like, yeah, 5 cents to 50 cents. That's a big increase. But guess what went up when my parents were growing up as well? They were getting paid. The wages were going up. What's changed is everything else has gotten more expensive and the wages have stayed exactly the same, or people have gotten let go. It's a massive issue, and that needs to be resolved ASAP. But I'll leave that there.